If there was a project that you could do as a family that would improve your health, both physically and emotionally, and possibly even financially, teach your children important principles such as work and responsibility, and help them feel a connection with your family and God's creations, help you build up your food storage and your family's ability to be self-reliant, would you feel it worth your time? Gardens have so many benefits that planting a garden is well worth the effort. Eating from your own garden has many health benefits. Gardening is great exercise for the whole family. Even children who in times past were very active are becoming obese. 1/3 of the children in the United States is obese, and the numbers are rising, according to the Health and Human Services of 2008's Physical Activity Guidelines for America. According to an article published by the Mayo Clinic, one of the best strategies to improve child obesity is to improve the eating and exercise habits of the entire family. Where past generations were physically active by necessity, we have to plan exercise into our lives. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, those who choose gardening as their moderate intensity exercise are more likely to exercise 40 to 50 minutes longer on the average than those who choose activities such as biking or walking. If we only garden to get in shape, it would be worth the effort. But there are many other benefits as well. Vegetables grown in your own garden have significantly more vitamins and taste better because you can pick them when they are ripe. On the Food and Nutrition Science website, we are told that the length of time that fruits and vegetables stay on the vine or on the tree contributes both to nutrition, content, and flavor. The longer foods are able to ripen naturally on the vine, the higher their nutrition content and usually the richer their taste. Kids and adults who grow their own food are more likely to eat vegetables because they've invested themselves and their time, and they taste better. Gardening is a great time to work together as a family and teach children that working can be enjoyable and it is a necessary part of life. In a report published by the State of Michigan Extension Service, we learned that gardening can reduce stress and improve mental clarity and feeling of reward. In a study published by the Journal of Health Psychology, 30 allotment gardeners performed a stressful stoop test where they were randomly assigned 30 minutes of outdoor gardening or indoor reading. Gardening and reading each led to decreases in cortisol during the recovery period, but decreases were significantly stronger in the gardening group. Positive mood was fully restored after gardening, but further deteriorated during the reading. These findings provide the first experimental evidence that gardening can promote relief from acute stress. Other studies have shown that eating more vegetables can significantly lower stress levels. In a study conducted at the University of Sydney in Australia, scientists found that people who ate 3 to 4 servings of vegetables a day had a 12% lower risk of stress than those who only ate 1 serving or less. When you have tasty fruits and vegetables in your own garden, you're much more likely to eat an abundance of them. Gardening is beneficial in lowering stress, health, and improving mental processing and disposition. There is something about green growing things that just feeds our soul. Ezra Taft Benson explained one of the first principles revealed to Father Adam when he was driven out of the garden. In the sweat of thy face thou shalt eat thy bread till thou return to the ground. All we obtain in life of material nature comes as a product of labor and the providence of God. Work alone produces life's necessities. More than ever, we need to learn to apply the principles of economic self-reliance. Today, I emphasize a most basic principle: home production and storage. Elder Benson continued, no more time the council has been given, I feel, than President Kimball's repeated emphasis to grow our own gardens. Even though this counsel was given almost 40 years ago, the principles are just as timely and true now. Our children live in a time when self-reliance is not valued by the masses as it was in generations past. The Lord expects us to take care of our own and provide for our own needs to the degree that we are able. It can be difficult to teach children to work when society often rewards them for not producing. They need to feel the emotional rewards of learning to provide for themselves. Those who live in homes with very little or no yard may think that gardening is not a possibility for them. I was impressed with Diane Clancy, a sister our daughter taught when she was on a mission in Albany, New York. She lived in an apartment, so there was no yard, but up and down the steps and in window boxes, there were planter boxes and pots everywhere that the sun shone. One of our other daughters lived in a condominium when they were newly married, which had no yard. It had a small planter box in front of a window. They planted some tomatoes in the flower box, and they grew enough tomatoes to be able to bottle some salsa, and they ate fresh tomatoes for months. Elder Benson continued his talk. Many of you have listened and have done as President Kimball counseled, and you have been blessed for it. Others have rationalized that they had no space. May I suggest that you do what others have done? Get together with others and seek permission to use a vacant lot, or rent a plot of ground and grow your own gardens. Some elders' quorums have done this as a quorum, and all who have participated have reaped the benefits of a vegetable and fruit harvest and the blessings of cooperation and family involvement. In our area, there's community gardens available for those who want to participate. The benefits of gardens are many. My father grew up in a home where their garden sustained life. My grandfather lost 3 fingers off his right hand. After that, earning a living was very difficult, so their garden helped them survive. I would like to challenge all of us to plant some kind of a garden, whether it's large enough to be able to reap the benefits of physical exercise and build up our food storage, or whether we just have a few pots with maybe some tomatoes and some herbs. We can all reap the benefits of watching the miracle of things growing, and our children can learn responsibility and the joy of growing their own food.